Ready to shine inside out? Welcome to Polished Beauty Podcast, where ambition meets empowerment. We talk business, beauty, brain, body. I am your host, Dr. Daisy Ayim, triple board certified cosmetic surgeon and OBGYN. Let's get polished. Hey everyone, this episode I'm really excited about of Polished Beauty Podcast. I have an amazing, fantastic guest here. You're going to be inspired. I have Dr. Vanessa Gavin-Headen. She is an amazing family practitioner doctor, and she's also an entrepreneur, a businesswoman. She's everything we want in this podcast, where ambitions empowers you, everyone. So, Dr. Vanessa, welcome to this episode.
Thank you for having me here.
Yes, absolutely. We're here at AI Wellness, and Dr. Vanessa had so much inspiring think about her, so I thought it would be great to bring her on. Tell us a little bit about your practice. You've been a physician?
Yeah. Yes, I've family physician for 25 years in Long Beach, California. And I just enjoy being a family physician. I love working with people, teaching them about health and educating them, because people need to understand what is going on with their bodies before I can actually tell them what I would like them to do. So it's all about education and making sure patients are on the same page as I am.
Yeah.
But after 25 years, I decided to retire from my daily practice and launch my business.
Yes. And we're going to talk about all the business because you guys know I love business. Let me just ask you, Doug, given that you've practiced for so long, you've seen medicine probably change in your eyes. What do you think is the good, the bad, and the ugly of the change?
You know, it's so easy to start out with the bad, but I'm going to start out with the good.
Yes.
So I think the good is that we're trying to make sure more people are covered, more people have access, seeing a physician, getting appropriate screenings, because it's so important to prevent.
Yeah.
You know, it's just so easy. A little bit of prevention goes a long way. So I'm very happy with the Affordable Care Act was able to bring that. The bad. The bad is medicine has become too big and too much focus on the financial part. So everything we do is always, financially based. And because it is a business, you don't have the time that you would like to have with your patients.
Yeah.
You have to see so many patients in a day, and you have so many minutes per patient. And some people need to talk. Some people need 45 minutes.
I agree.
Yeah, some
I
people
agree.
do. And,
yes,
and some
do.
people might only need 4 minutes.
Yeah.
But you see more people who need 45 to really help them understand what is going on with them and the changes that I would like them to make so that they can be well.
Yes. I mean, I agree with you because I think that's one of the things that you hear patients complain about is that they don't have enough time with their doctor, but they don't know that doctors have all these other responsibilities that are not doctor stuff that they have to live up to make that patient happy. So I'm with you on that, Doc. So
Thank you.
I wanted to also ask you, now that we're in AI, because that seems to be the new future. Well, it's not the new future, it's here.
It's here.
How do you see that impacting healthcare?
Multiple ways.
Yeah.
So right now, AI is being used with charting. And I think that is a game changer.
Yes.
Because when I started in medicine, we were still on paper charts. So I was writing.
That's true.
So now you find that you're typing a lot and, your fingers get tired, your wrists get tired. So when they came up with AI using for charting, that is great. I can talk to the patient and look at the patient and not worrying about what I'm typing. Did I mistype? Or as I'm typing, I'm not quite hearing everything the patient says. So I miss some things. So AI is able to capture everything, and I can be very detailed in my notes.
Yeah.
Also, I see AI being used for education. You can also have an avatar or AI explain more detail about diabetes or asthma or whatever it is that you're talking about with patient. Patients can access this at any time. And because AI is so expansive, you can make it interactive. Patients can click what details they want to know about diabetes for further study or further knowledge.
Exactly.
So I think it could be an addition.
I have to agree with you because I started using AI maybe 2 years ago in my practice as a scribe. And yes, it's a game changer. It's made the visit just easier to go and flow, and the patients I'm more focused. And being in solo practice, there's no pressure. It's just me and my patients. You guys know when you come to see me, you get all of me all my time. But that's definitely helpful. I want to talk about how you pivot medicine to this fantastic. In case you guys didn't know, Dr. Vanessa is a designer. Tell us about your designing next phase in life.
Right. Well, and it's funny because even though it's my next phase, all of my family and friends know this was really the first phase.
Oh, wow.
I wanted to be a clothing designer since I was 8.
Really?
I did. That's what I wanted to do. So I tell people I fell into medicine and they go, "You fell into medicine? That's a big fall."
I know, right? Tell me more about this.
So yeah, I learned to sew, and I love fabric. I love colors. I love clothes. That's my happy place. But I knew growing up, if I told my parents I wanted to be a clothing designer, I would get the side eye and
of course,
get a real job.
I know, right?
So I went to college and got my major in biology, and I decided to go into public health. I still didn't want to go to medicine.
Oh, wow.
And while I was getting my master's in public health, I met a family physician, a Black female family physician, and I thought she was awesome. So she was my mentor. She told me every day, "You need to go to medical school. You need to go to medical school. This is what I do as a family physician. We need more Black female physicians." So I thought she was awesome. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do it.
Good.
So I studied, took the MCAT, went to medical school. And yes, I love being a family physician. I enjoyed it. But deep down inside, I just knew, well, I still want to be a clothing designer.
Right.
So I decided, and I said, I will retire when I'm able to retire. And then I'm going to pivot and then do my second career, which is really my first career.
Man, that's a beautiful story. And here you are doing design. What era of design are you interested in? Because, it's big like medicine, right?
It is. I think it's big. It's huge. And that was the thing. What am I going to do? It wasn't until COVID came around and everyone started wearing scrubs because we don't want to wear our clothes.
Yeah.
So I pulled out my scrubs from residency and you know how they looked. Crazy.
Yeah.
So I said, we need to have some scrubs that fit. So I started buying some of the newer scrubs from other companies. And I started looking around at other women and women who are top heavy, especially D-cup women.
Yeah.
They said, they still feel tight around their top.
Yeah.
And some of the pants I put down, when I sat down, I felt my waistband go down a little bit. Yeah. And I said, I don't feel like I have enough room back there. A little bit I need something to cover the curve.
Yeah.
And I said, I think this could be a thing.
Yeah, it is.
Women who would need just a little extra room for their curves. And that's how Valmasi Scrubs Design with Curvy Women in Mind came to be.
Oh, so that's the name of your company?
Yes, it is Valmasi.
Can you say that again from us?
Yes, Valmasi.
Okay.
Valmasi comes from the Swahili word almasi. And almasi means diamond.
Oh.
And I put the V in front for Vanessa, so it's Valmasi.
I love that. Yes, we are. And so intentional with the name.
Yes.
So if anyone wants this scrub, they can go to the website and order it and they're ready to go.
Yes.
I think this is a brilliant idea because, if you're in healthcare or in any profession you wear scrubs, you know that we don't have that many options. There may be one or two that's everywhere, but we want options and we want style. Yes, and we want it functional and fitting.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So with this next career, where do you see yourself with the scrub in the next 5-10 years? What is your big picture with it?
So big picture, I started with just women and I have a lot of men saying, well, what about us? What about us with the dad bods? I said, oh, okay. I wasn't thinking about you all, but I guess I have to.
That's right.
So I have to find a catchy name. I can't call it dad bod, but, something for the men who don't have that, Batman, Superman triangle back.
Yeah.
Just regular guy.
Yes.
So I like to move into that.
Okay.
And from that point on, who knows? Maybe move into athleisure.
That part.
Don't know. But I think the issue is I've found my niche. My niche is people who may not have that right fit. And they just have some little alteration. So they say, I can't quite pick up something off the shelf. I have to get it altered. So I need to find something for those people.
I like that.
Because they have a need.
And you know what they're going to say next, right? Kids.
Actually,
you
what's
know-
next is tall. I'm tall. What about me? I'm too short.
That's
I'm
right.
too short. So they're all the little niches that have been reaching out.
Yeah. Well, I think it's always good when you have other people interested in it because that means that you're definitely feeling a need and a void that's there. So I think that's brilliant. I mean, from medicine to fashion designer, who would have thought? So for the woman that's watching, because see, the big thing about the podcast is ambition makes empowerment. You've been in a career for 20, 30 years. You're great at it. How do you pivot to your next step? I guess with you was retirement was the reason why you pivot. That's right.
It was.
Okay.
However, I felt inside that I had to do this. And I felt it inside. And I said, if I don't, the noise is going to get louder and louder. And I had to answer that call.
Nice.
You know, I tell people, God told me, yes, you could be a clothing designer, but I need you to be a doctor first. So I feel that I'm following the path that was laid before me.
Absolutely.
But I tell women, or anyone, if there's something that you want to do and you feel that this is your thing, do the thing.
Now.
Do it now.
Yes. So the last thing I always like to ask all my guests is, if you had to look at where you are successful, your career, your life, if there's one bold thing that you've done or one bold thing that has brought you to this moment, what would that be?
I think that one bold thing is trusting that God put me on a certain path.
Okay.
And that faith and knowing that this is a path that I was given and following that path. I think that's the one thing that gives me peace and calm as I go through this, because every day I wake up and say, why am I doing this? I say, no. You're going to do the thing. You're going to do it. And that's what keeps me going. It's the faith.
Yeah. And then for the young budding fashion designer that's wanting to start this, how do they get started? If they say, I want to design, what is the ABC to just get them started?
Yes. It depends. If they decide they want to go to fashion design school and do it that way, you could. What I did is I went to online classes. Women's Business Center had webinars on becoming a fashion designer in 12 steps. So after doing the whole COVID thing at work, I went home. I was on webinars, learning and trying to figure things out. There are other organizations, one called score.org. They have free mentors for people who are wanting to start a business. And so look for free avenues where you can get mentored, you can get teaching. There are all these things that are around. Mm-hmm. And find someone in the space that you want to do that is offering some mentoring, so some guidance.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Nice. I like that. Just one last time for our audience. What's your website so that anyone can reach you?
Yes, Valmasi.com. VALMASI.com.
All right. So this has been Dr. Vanessa, inspiring, very empowering conversation. She is a fashion designer, but first she was a medical doctor. And this is just a proof that you can be anything you want in this world. You can combine 3 different career paths all in your lifetime and be very great at all of them. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I appreciate you joining me on this podcast. And if you have any questions, please follow her on her website, ask the questions, DM her. She's here for you guys.
Yes. And my social media, if that's okay.
Please. Of course.
Valmasi by Dr. Vanessa. Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, TikTok.
That's what I was going to ask you. Are you on TikTok, Snapchat? So she is everywhere. Link up with her, follow her, subscribe to her channels. And if you have any questions, we're here for you.
Thank you.
Thank you, doctor. I hope you enjoyed this episode and thank you for listening. Video recording of this episode will be featured on our YouTube channel, Dr. Daisy Ayim. We are also found on Instagram at Polish Beauty Podcast or at Dr. Daisy Ayim. Remember, new episodes drop every Wednesday, so stay tuned. Please like, share, follow.